In this video I'm going to show you how to make something that looks like this look like this. G'day world, Craig here from Bendigo Hydroblasting, and today I'm going to make this tap wrench look new again. I made this tap wrench as a first year apprentice at the Bendigo Ordnance Factory back in 1980, and since then it's been hanging on the wall, and quite frankly it looks shithouse. How are we going to make this thing look new, I hear you ask? First thing we're going to do is we'll strip this down to nothing, and then we'll stick it in the hydroblasting cabinet, and then we'll blast it. Well, as you can see there, those handles have been knurled. Glass blasting that can be a little difficult getting in amongst those knurls, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to stick those handles in the acid pickle for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll hydroblast them, and in the meantime I'll get onto that other stuff in the blasting cabinet. Well, I've got the two handles wired up and ready to go into the acid. Make sure you're wearing all the appropriate safety gear when you do this, because that acid can be pretty dangerous stuff. Okay, while those bits are over there in the acid, we'll put the main body part in there and we'll give that a wash, and I'll give you a look at that when it's done. Oh, get a load of that. That's even got my name engraved on it. We'll dry that off, pop it on the bench, and we'll clean up a couple of the other bits. Well, there's those pieces blasted clean, not a skerrick of rust left on those, and we'll go and drag the handles out of the acid now, and we'll give them a wash in the hydroblasting cabinet as well. There's the handles hanging there. Look, I'm wearing gloves this time. We'll just give them a dip in the water, chuck it up there, pull that one out, give that a rinse off as well, and then we'll chuck them in the cabinet and blast them. Well, that's looking the grouse. We'll dry that off and pop it alongside the other one and give you a look at the difference 2 minutes in the blasting cabinet, mates. Well, there's a side by side, hurly-burly. That's looking better than it did when I made it. Well, I know what you guys are thinking now. You're thinking these parts here are probably going to rust real quick. Yeah, they will if I leave them like that. So we'll take them over and we'll put them in the little zinc plating kit I've got, and what we'll do first is we'll probably do the two handles, and then when they're done I'll put the rest of the parts in and go from there, and hopefully they'll come out looking $1 million. First thing we're going to do is we'll put them in the crock pot and let them cook in there for a couple of minutes, just in case there's any oil residue from the blaster left on them. The degreaser should get that off, and if you're using one of these slow cooker thingies for your degreaser, do it while your wife's not home, so she doesn't know you're cleaning parts in her kitchen equipment. So they've been in there a few minutes now, so we'll whip them out, give them a quick rinse off, get rid of any remaining degreaser that's on them, and then we'll hang them in the plating solution. And I've worked out the surface area of those parts there, so I've got the current set to about 1.7 amps, so we'll give them 15 minutes and then we'll pull them out and have a look. Well, through the magic of television, 15 minutes has elapsed, so we're going to pull those out of there. Probably should turn it off first, and they've got a nice zinc coating on them, nice and shiny too, which is always a bonus. We'll rinse those off. Well, there they are out of the plating solution. So what we're going to do now is we're going to dunk them in a zinc chromate blue solution, which will harden the zinc, and they'll live on forever hopefully. But first we'll give them about 3 seconds in this acid pickle, And we'll rinse them off down here in a rinse bucket, get rid of all that nasty. And we'll swish them around in this blue chromate for 20 or 30 seconds. Okay, we pull them out of there, we rinse all that shit off that. And then we hang them up to dry. Now, ideally, you leave those for about 24 hours for the chromate stuff to harden the zinc properly. I'll just hang them up now and then we'll repeat the process on the other parts. Well, here's a look at all the parts done. They've come out of the zinc plating bath. They look quite nice. Nice, good coating of zinc on them. They're not showroom quality, but they'll preserve them for another 42 years. That there is a die holder that I made at the same time as I made the tap wrench. And right here we have a shifter that I did the same process on about 6 months ago, and it's held up really well. Anyhow, time to stick it all back together and see how it turned out. Well, there it is, viewers, all back together. That has come up an absolute treat and is going straight to the tool room. Well, viewers, if you're restoring tools, you probably should get one of these little plating kits. You might not be able to afford a big Hydroblaster like that, but if you spend a bit of time and acid dip them, steel wool, wire wheel, you can get a pretty good result. So looking at this works. I'm stoked with the way that's come out. So if you've made it this far into the video, folks, you may as well boot that like button or smash the like button or hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Anyhow, hope you found this interesting. Thanks for watching, and if you want me to do more tools, I've got plenty of old rusty shit here. Just put a thing down there in the comments. Anyhow, thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the next one.